Who can I call?
What department can I go to?
Where do I go?
We need help.
What can I do?
Welcome to In Touch with Pinellas County. I'm your host, Jane Merlin. Today, we're in touch to learn about a Pinellas County program that provides financial assistance to folks in the community who need a little bit of assistance during emergency times. Joining me are Lourdes Benedict, Director of Human Services with Pinellas County, and Micki Thompson, the Executive Director of 211 Tampa Bay Cares. Welcome, Lourdes and Micki.
Well, welcome to you too. Welcome to 211 Tampa Bay Cares.
Well, it's so wonderful to be here, and thank you for hosting In Touch today at the 211 offices.
Well, we're really excited to have you here and really excited about our partnership with Pinellas County and to share more about that program.
Well, and we're going to get to that in just
Yes.
a few moments, but I know that for many people tuning in, they may not be as familiar with 211, and I'd like you to start by just giving us a little overview about who 211 is and what you all do.
Sure. Well, 211 is a program of 211 Tampa Bay Cares. That's our agency name. We are a nonprofit organization here in Pinellas County, and we've actually been serving the community about over 40 years here in Pinellas. That the Helpline was originally what it was called, and then turned into 211. We're funded by, obviously, Pinellas County government, Pinellas County Human Services, as well as the Juvenile Welfare Board of Pinellas, the City of St. Petersburg, the United Way of Tampa Bay, and also the Pinellas Community Foundation, and many other donors as well. But those are some of our main funders for 211.
So a lot of great partners.
Yes.
And you've actually been in existence for over 40 years. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
the Helpline has been, yes.
Okay, so you actually took over for the Helpline or kind of merged
The
with them at some
Helpline
point?
actually used to be a part of Family Resources. It was its original program. Family Resources is another nonprofit that does youth and runaway shelters and family counseling. It was the original program of that. And then in about 2000, the Helpline spun off. Their board wanted to focus primarily on children and families, and the Helpline helps everyone, not just children and families. It helps seniors, veterans, all ages. And so we were spun off into a separate nonprofit organization, so in 2000.
Very good.
But the Helpline's been serving Pinellas for 40 years.
Great. And now, how many calls would you estimate you handle in a given year?
We average right now about 78,000 calls per year for the Helpline here in Pinellas County, all Pinellas calls that come in.
Well, that's quite a lot of calls. Do you have a large staff to help with that?
Yes, well, we have the organization-wide, we have about 40 employees, and about 25 of those are staff that answer the phone. They're paid staff, 24 hours a day, weekends, evenings, midnight shifts. We always say we're here every moment of every day.
So 24/7
Yes.
and 7 days a week, all year long, people can get help.
Correct.
Okay, and now I also understand that you have an opportunity for people to find assistance online as well.
Correct. Over the last several years, we started creating a separate web portal for like a self-service web portal where people could go, and we've called that website 211connects.org. So if you go there, you're going to have to see a whole menu of different types of programs, information screens with some videos on various issues. And then at the very top, there's a blue button that says Search for Services. And if you click on that, you get this access to our database that we use of 3,000 services. Just the same thing the call center reps see in our call center. It's the same database that you can see by pressing that button.
So there's 3,000 services in your database?
Yes, yes, yes. And we maintain all of those, yes.
Wow. I know in the past I've actually gone online because I've done a little spring cleaning at the house and found some items that still had a lot of good life left in them, but I no longer needed them. And so I actually went to 211 and found organizations that could receive those items. And I'm sure you have a lot of people that do that as well.
Yes, actually, and so that database of 3,000 services is made up of nonprofits, government entities, some faith-based organizations as well. And a lot of the nonprofit organizations, there's an area in their listing where they can list volunteer opportunities for their organization, as well as donation opportunities, like their wish lists of what they would need. So for volunteer opportunities, examples would be maybe helping out with the annual point-in-time homeless count in our community, with the Homeless Leadership Board, or a counseling agency may have some peer mentoring, peer support volunteer opportunities for people, or serving food or helping sort food at a food pantry. Those are some of the volunteer type of opportunities. And then for donations, a lot of the shelters, maybe family shelters, will request, they'll put books for children, videos for children to be able to show in the shelters. Some need refrigerators, and they'll list all various different donation opportunities for what their wish list, I guess, is what you'd call it.
Well, what a great resource for the community. And Lourdes, we're going to talk in a moment about the adult financial assistance program that you have, but I wanted to talk first about the relationship between the county and 211. How does that work?
Sure, Jane. At the county, we have lots of partners. We realize that with partners we could do more. And 211 has been a fantastic partner, I may say, for years. We've funded 211 for a number of years at the county, and we found that we had a new opportunity and realized that they were such great partners and wanted to kick it up another notch, and created the Adult Emergency Financial Assistance Program.
So tell us about that program.
Sure. We realized at the county, through our Board of County Commissioners and our administration, that there was more that we could do, that we had lots of gaps in the community, and so we created the Adult Emergency Financial Assistance Program. And we realized that really the adults in our community were struggling, some with being evicted, maybe losing their home where they were renting. They were having issues with their utility bills. They may have lost a job, may had a medical emergency, and used their income to help pay for their rent or their home, and then they had an emergency. So what we did was we created the Adult Emergency Financial Assistance Program, and it's pretty simple. Basically, if you're an adult, 18 years old or older, this is not a program for families. You just pick up the phone, call 211, and someone is there to help you on the other end. They will ask you some questions about your income, your assets, what your emergency is, and they take it from there.
So this is really, it's a program that's designed to give people just that little extra boost because they may have had some kind of an emergency, an unexpected financial emergency that's really impacted their lives, and they're struggling.
And that's really what we want people to know. It's a one-time-a-year emergency. For those folks, again, who may be working, who have some type of income, you do need to be sustainable. It's just you have that one thing that happened. Again, a medical emergency, a loss of a job, maybe because of a health condition, or a layoff situation, but you have another job lined up, or you have another source of income. So during that one-time emergency, again, you just pick up the phone and the folks are there to assist you.
So it's kind of like a bridge.
Yes.
Yes, giving people kind of a hand up, certainly, and help them get through that rough period and catch up. Because once people fall behind, it's so hard for people to catch up back up.
Well, and it really compounds everything,
Yes.
too, if they fall behind on,
Yes.
on their bills.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, Lourdes, can you share an example of some assistance you may have provided to somebody in the community?
Sure. I have to say we have lots of examples. I've been in this position for about 11 months, and I got to say it's probably my favorite program that we have. And a lot of that, I would say, it's due to the partnership that we have with 211. We meet with them on a weekly basis to determine the trends and the gaps, and we talk about the stories. Who is it that we're helping? Who else can we help? We've helped several veterans in need. Maybe they were eligible for a voucher to move into an apartment, but they need a little extra boost to get in. So we have stepped up and helped them with those needs, either their utilities, the water. We've had a woman recently that was homeless for the last 2 years, got herself back on her feet, had some stable income, but really needed help with her rent and utilities. So she, again, called 211. They were able to help her. And it's all real virtual. Again, you don't need to come in. You don't need to stand in line. You don't need to go to a variety of places to get, $50 here and $100 here. We're really able at this point to meet the needs of the folks that need our help. We have another situation of a woman who was on kidney dialysis and had an adult son living off of her income. We were able to help get him into an apartment while his mom was getting the medical care that she needed. I can tell you, Jane, there's just story after story of what we've been able to do with partnering with 211. It's been an amazing journey.
Well, you know, this must be so rewarding for both of you to be involved in a program like this.
It's certainly making a tremendous difference to those people who are calling. It truly is. I think of also our senior citizens as well, who are calling. You know, women who are over, you know, a couple over 80 as well, and we're able to help maintain them in their home as well.
One of the stories, one of my favorite stories is when you talk about the elderly, because that's something that we're looking at, the trends and how can we get in front of some of this and be proactive in our community. But we had an 89-year-old female who had some emergency home repairs, so she used the money that she had to pay for those repairs and then couldn't pay for her rent. So then again, we stepped in, helped with the rent, utilities, to help her get through that 1 month of emergency, and now she's on her way, and it's a success.
Well, you know, I have to think that the relationship that you have with the county working with 211, you are really able to identify what the needs are in the community, and you're able to respond appropriately with the assistance that you can provide.
Yes, actually we track needs on all of our calls, and actually there's another website, 211counts.org, that you can look at. Any resident can look and see it in real time what the needs are.
Well, I know that, Lourdes, because there are so many great needs out there in the community, and you've just proven that with what you've talked about today, I'm quite sure that there's a need for bringing in some financial dollars to the program. Somebody that's watching now, is there a way that they could help contribute to this program?
Sure. We have, of course, the county chips in with our budget. We have, through our Human Services, is the majority of the funding. But we also knew that there's folks out there that want to help. They're just not sure how to help or who needs the help. So we created the Pinellas County Care Fund, and it's very simple. Again, just pull up our website, our Pinellas County homepage, and we'll have that information for you on the screen. And you just pick up, go online, and you can make a donation that'll help one of your neighbors in need.
And those funds go directly to that financial assistance to help people. That does not go to any programmatic cost at 211.
What a wonderful way to be able to help our neighbors.
And give back.
Yeah. Lourdes, anything else that we should know about the Adult Emergency Financial Assistance Program?
We've done some tweaks. We've looked at gaps. We've done a lot of learning in partnering with 211, so we're just going to continue to look at the folks we're helping, hear what the needs are, determine any gaps, and move forward and figure out and continue to help the folks in our community.
Very good. And Micki, anything that we should know about 211 that we haven't already talked about?
Well, just in addition to calling 211, people can also email us if they don't want to call and wait. You can also email at info@211tampabay.org, and that will go to our call center, and they'll also respond to it that way.
Wonderful. Lourdes and Micki, thank you both so very much for providing us the wonderful information today, and we wish you the best and continued success in providing the great work that you're helping in the community, and obviously it's much needed, and you're doing a wonderful job, and we appreciate that.
Well, thank you,
Jane.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. And additional details are available about 211 at 211tbc.org, or you can just call 211. For more information about Pinellas County Human Services, you can visit their website at www.pinellascounty.org/human services or call 464-8400. That's all for this edition. I'm Jane Merlin. Thanks for tuning in, and please stay in touch in the future.